Hi, how are you all doing? I've got my phone propped up on two books with a mug behind it, very professional, to make this video for you today. I hope you're doing okay. It's definitely tough out there at the moment, hence why I'm making this video. You may or may not know or may have seen my previous videos. I've just started uploading stuff onto YouTube for my coaching and therapy business. I did a video on trauma, I did a video on tarot, and there's a video coming out on narcissism shortly. All things, well, not things that are, well, narcissism is particularly in the public eye at the moment. It's just come into my life a little bit in my energy field in the last few days that some people watching this might know about. But yeah, it's anyway, the planet is got more and more narcissistic people popping up everywhere. I think we're almost being, in some ways, it's coming up for healing, all this stuff. You know, you've only got to look at the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case. There's all this ridiculous court case with Wayne Rooney's wife going on, isn't there? I have not watched any of that. I just heard about it yesterday, actually. I've got to admit, I've been a bit hooked on the Johnny Depp stuff. Yeah, they've both got their trauma and shit gone on, right? Might have not been a good idea for them to publicly come out with all this because neither of them are saints. But I think the what's coming up there a lot as well is the feminine toxicity. You know, it's not just men that are narcissists, obviously. And I think that's coming out for sort of public view and healing and consumption at the moment. Funnily enough, can't find my glasses anywhere, so I've got my Wilkinson £2.99 glasses on, which I didn't particularly want to be wearing today, but otherwise I wouldn't have got this video out there. So yes, a lot going on energetically. We are going into a full moon in Sagittarius, Scorpio, tomorrow at 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm no astrologer, but I do follow astrology, and a lot of astrologers, my aunt's actually an astrologer, and because I do tarot, they are linked a lot astrologically to the signs and the houses and whatever. So yes, full moons are extremely emotional. Feelings coming up, strong emotions. So not only have we got a full moon, we've got a full moon eclipse, we've got a super moon, and it's in Scorpio, which is a very strong emotional sign. So yeah, be aware or be ready for some big emotions coming up for the next, well, an eclipse and a full moon isn't just tomorrow at 5 a.m. when it actually happens. It is going on for weeks and weeks around. I think about a week leading up to it and months coming after it, because it's an eclipse, because it's a lunar eclipse, because it is so very, very strong, and there is so much going on astrologically that is playing out on the world stage right now. What's going on, I'm not going to try and explain it all because I don't know off the top of my head, you know, all the planets and all the star signs, but what's going on is definitely coming up on the world stage politically, as for all of us collectively as a planet. So what's coming up is institutionally so much corruption we're seeing, politically. You know, the financial system is breaking down terribly now. I don't know if you're aware of that, but yeah, there is a reset going on. You've only got to look at the Economic World Forum to know about that. They're actually publicly saying this. They're resetting the financial system. It's fucking broken. They've just printed money into existence, out of existence. You know, you can't just print money and expect the world to continue without, you know, the actual workers doing the work to make the money work for us. You know, just dolling money out. Of course, people needed money in COVID, but it happened back in 2008. There was a big crash, and all the banks got bailed out, and it can't continue like that. So we've got economic problems coming up for us: inflation, interest rates, gas, oil prices, food prices, just the cost of living. And then we've got these absolute narcissistic dickheads running our countries, and you know, we're sitting in lockdown, they're having parties, they're sitting in fucking court in the Commons trying to make decisions, or claiming to make decisions to help us while watching porn. You know, it's all an absolute joke what's going on. But on the plus side, this is all coming up for a very good reason. It's coming up for us to see what the hell these people have been doing throughout all these. It's gone on forever, and you might say, what are you talking about? We've always known that the system's corrupt. We've always known that politics, you know, politicians are liars. Well, yes, I'm a bit sunburnt from yesterday. Yes, we have always known that, but many people didn't know. Many people have thought what they watch on the news is true. You know, many people thought what they read in the Daily Mail was true. And you know, your average person is now seeing, because of the internet, because we are seeing things, yes, things are terribly censored, that, hold on a minute, this isn't right what's going on. You can't, you know, watching the news is bollocks, isn't it? But you do need to watch the news still. Many people refuse to watch the news in the spiritual communities now. I get that, but I want to know what's going on. But you also can, but it is negative, and it will get you down if you buy into all their lies and shit. But equally, there's other news channels you can watch. There's other social media sites you can watch which will give you a different version. Maybe that's not true either. You watch them all, use your discernment to decide what you feel is true. There's so much toxicity coming up. This isn't all going to be negative, because there's lots of good stuff going on for us, but this is all coming up for a reason. What did I see? I saw yesterday flash up on my phone, because the news stories flash up. Or actually not yesterday, but last week I saw, excuse me, the indigenous North American tribal people back in the 18th and early 19th century. It's all coming out now, what they did to the children, putting them in these schools, all going missing. You can imagine, absolutely horrifying. And you might say, well, yeah, that kind of thing's gone on forever. We know that, Nikki. It's gone on in the Catholic Church. It's gone on, but it's all coming out now. And all this sewage shit, horrible toxic stuff is coming out for us as humanity, for everybody to be able to see and think, no, we're moving out of the water sign now, water energy now. Of course, we're still compassionate, but compassion, empathy for the war, for Ukraine, for all these awful things that are going on. And we're moving into fire energy, which is you know, passionate. I'm not having this anymore. Uprising. It is. We're shifting. The planet's shifting, and we are shifting as a collective consciousness. Now, of course, some people may think, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm turning off. They've probably already turned off. That's fine. That we are living in a dualistic world. Not everybody is going to be on the same wavelength, and that's how it should be. But for me, and for people who come to me for what I do, and for people that I go to in therapy or training for what I do, this is my reality, and this is the reality I live in, and this is I want to know. We are energetic, vibrational beings. Everything's vibrational, everything's energy. This chair I'm sitting on, this desk that's here, it vibrates. We vibrate at a very, very, very high speed. Very hard to understand, I know. But we need to be on the vibration of what we want to bring into our lives. So, you know, the vibration of fear and fear-mongering that the news is giving us every day. If you're watching the war, if you're thinking that Putin's going to nuke us, which he threatened to, didn't he, when we went against whatever, that's not going to happen. Of course, it probably is possible, you know. I'm not saying it's not possible, but my belief in the spiritual universe that we live in is that that would not be allowed to happen. We are divinely protected. Yes, I know lots of people think I'm talking bollocks, but like I say, they've probably already switched off. I have held back from putting out my views because I know there'll be criticism. 11:11 I just saw on my phone as I said that. Thank you. I know that a lot of my views will be criticised, laughed at and ridiculed. That's fine. You can ridicule, laugh and criticise me. But for those of you that are on the wavelength that I'm on, I hope this video will help. We're going through it. We're going through shit. Trauma is coming up that we've never dealt with in our lives before. We've never thought that we were living with a narcissistic twat before, or been dealing with one at work, or, you know, just having one as a parent. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about my own life here, I'm talking about generally, because I'm aware that I talk about my family quite a lot, and I never ever want you to think that, or them to think that I'm in any way putting them down, because I fucking love them with all my heart. But me and them have all suffered some sort of trauma and shit in our lives. And that's why I do the work I do, and that's why I'm here for anybody who wants to come to me if they need anything that I can give them. So yes, I'm talking quickly here, aren't I? Slow down, Nikki. We've got a lot coming up as a collective. The consciousness of our planet is rising. More and more people are waking up. Again, I know that gets laughed at. Oh, and I don't mean the woke community, because I'm not totally into that at all. But there is lots coming up to the surface for healing. It's purging. We are seeing all this shit coming up, and we are, just the fact that we're seeing it, talking about it, watching YouTube or whatever videos on it, reading about it, talking in communities about it, it is helping, it is healing. There's been too much corruption going on for too long. We've not been in our power. Come on, guys, what is your passion? Mine is this, what I'm doing now. My passion is music and events, and I've been doing that for years. But quite frankly, I cannot rely on that anymore, because the world has changed. The events industry has changed. We've got to look at it differently. We are doing our events in a different way now. You can't stick in what was. We have moved. COVID's changed everything, and we have to move with the times. It's never going back to how it was, I'm afraid. But that's okay. We just need to move with it. We just need to do things differently. Do you want to be sitting in a job that doesn't serve you anymore, that you're really stressed out in, that is, you love it, but, or maybe you don't love it, maybe you don't like your job anymore. Well, if you don't, take the strength, like I've done, put yourself out there and do something else. This is scary shit for me. I put that video out last week. I felt absolutely sick. Nobody commented on it. Nobody particularly liked it. A lot of people switched off early. That's okay. I'll get there with it. It's early days for me. But, you know, all my insecurities came up, and that might be what you need to happen. I'm not talking about starting a YouTube channel. I'm not talking about being and doing, you know, learning, training in therapy. I'm talking about whatever it is that's your passion. Please do it. Take that leap of faith. Don't be stuck with no money in a job that's not paying you enough, not serving you. Get out of your way. Do your thing. Get the therapy you might need, get the coaching in business you might need, like I've done. And if you need to start something new, now is the time. We're in the time of change. We're in the time of starting afresh, dropping the old, getting into the new. What else did I want to say to you today? I didn't want to go on too long. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the energies that are going on. If it's very hard time for you, I get it. It's a very hard time for me too. It's a very hard time for everybody around me. I know it's a hard time for people in the events industry. I know it's a hard time for people in many other industries. We've got to wake up and smell the roses. As I said, we can't do things the way we did them. We can't fall. Do we want to fall back into the old ways of rules and regulations and, being told what to do? We're moving into a new digital age. Unfortunately, I don't like the metaverse particularly. I don't want to think our kids are going to be eventually sitting in different houses and not going to school and sitting there with these things on and talking to each other. I don't know how far that's going to go. I don't know how far, AI is going to go. But we're moving in that direction and we have to embrace it and work with it. We can still make sure we get out there with our kids out in nature. We can still make sure we try and limit the amount of time they're on fucking TikTok or social media, because my kids are on it all the time and I don't like it. I don't like that they look up to some of these social media idiots. Sorry, shouldn't call them idiots, but false people with Botox and false lips. Not that I'm criticising that, but that's the way it is. All I can do is try and show my kids the right path, and they know, and all of us with our kids, and try and show them that it's not all about how many likes you get on TikTok or on a absolutely ridiculous video. And yeah, where am I going with this? I'm going off kilter. That's the way it is. Children have more mental health problems than ever before because of social media. There is more narcissism than ever before because of social media, because there is so much corruption out there, because a lot of narcissists do really flipping well in business because they're ruthless, because they don't care. My downfall has been in business because, I'm too empathetic. I care too much. I give too much away. I don't charge enough. I've got to up my game a bit in the other direction with that. But it's not about money. It is about money. We all need to earn money. I certainly do. I love it when I'm earning money. I hate being in lack, but I also am in integrity and care very much about everybody that comes to my events, everybody that comes to me for a session. I care very much about everything and everybody, and that's the way we want to be as a community, as humanity. Not just about the CEOs of the company and how much shares they're getting, and how much they fucking made out of the PPI because of COVID. I don't know. I don't want this video getting banned or anything. Yes. So we're moving into more compassion, more caring as a community, more pulling together, more community and that kind of thing. We've got a lot of personal and emotional challenges going on, especially with this full moon total eclipse in Scorpio. that energy is going to be around for quite a few months for us, and we want to be kind, be compassionate, help each other, stop criticizing, getting together, and doing the inner work, doing the shadow work. You've got to put the work in, guys, if you want to move on. You've got to look at your what's been holding you back, what might have gone on in your childhood that's still holding you back now that you haven't dealt with. You've got to look at life in a different, you might like to, not got to, look at life in a different way. You might like to take some time out to delve deep of what's going on for you and where you might want to change some of that. I wanted to pull some cards, but I'm 20 minutes in. Does anyone want me to pull any cards today? Let's do it anyway. If you've turned off by now, so be it. That doesn't matter. Let's pull 3 cards for the what's going on right now for all of us, and what energy might be helpful for us. Right, well, that just fell out. Knight of Wands. The Knights are all about young, dynamic. With the Wands, it's young, dynamic, passionate, passion for purpose. What I've just been talking about. What is your purpose? What is your a new idea, your inspiration coming up for you? He got a bit cocky, if I remember rightly in the story. So don't be cocky. You know, stay in your lane until you're ready to move up to where you are going. He has slain that monster. He has got Pegasus. He's got a horse that flies, so he's doing well. He can get through anything. But this card is telling you to go for it, to go for those new ideas, to go for that new business opportunity. What's come up next is the 9 of Wands. So not more wand energy, more passion for purpose energy, more fire energy. That's the card of strength, guys. Look, that's the card of Jason and the Argonaut at the end of his journey. He's got the golden fleece, but he's nearly back to wherever it was he's going, but he's still going through those treacherous, stormy times. You've got the strength to do whatever you want to do. Whatever shit is going on for you right now, that card is telling us we are nearly there. We're getting there. Astrologically, I know we're coming to the end of this horrible, shitty time we've gone through since 2020. I think June, things are going to be getting better for us. This is the card of strength. This is when I'm at the flipping 19th mile of the marathon and my legs are giving up and I really, really, really don't know if I can go any further. And I'm like, but I can go further, and I do go further. Judgment cards come out. Judgment. Do you remember? I don't know if anyone watched my video about got to get my speaking better in these videos and stop having mental blocks, haven't I? My video about the major arcana, but this was the Judgment card that I couldn't find. There you go. What's that telling me? Judgment comes for us all, right? We've gone through our lessons in life, in our fool's journey. We're heroes. Take the hero's path. Do what you want to do. We've gone through our journey. We're nearly at the end. This is the second to last card in the major arcana, and judgment is upon us. We are going to get judged for our actions. And hopefully, if you're the sort of person that's watching this video, you've tried your flipping best. You might have made mistakes, but you have done your best. I've certainly done my best. I've certainly made mistakes, but I have tried. I've put the work in. I've been honest. I've been in my integrity. I might have had to struggle a bit. I might have had to juggle money and taken time sorting people out and paying in al fresco and whatever else. But I have done my very best to be honest, fair and integrity. And my judgment is here and it is coming. And that is a yes card for me, and that'll be a yes card for you if you've been in your integrity, which I'm sure you have if you're watching this video, because I don't think people who are not good people and in integrity would bother watching any of my videos, and certainly not get to this stage of them. I'm going to pull one more card from my lovely little Tony Carmine Solano Namaste deck. Let's see what we get. Last card here, 25 minutes in. I don't want to go on because I know they're hard and people have got things to do. What have we got? Oh, well, haha. A blessing through emotional upheaval. An emotional storm is forming. Another one. And things may seem chaotic for a while. Hello. But as the storm subsides, a blessing is revealed. Respect all points of view. Yes, we can all have our point of view. We don't all have to agree with each other. We don't all have to have that and be judgmental to people who haven't. We don't all have to have the same views. Anyway, sorry, shush Nikki and get on with the card. For we each view the world a little differently. What a card to come up for what I've just been saying. Things are being shaken up for a good reason and all involved will benefit. Hello. Yes. I'm going to post that card. My daughters did my nails, by the way. If you want your nails done, they're very good. They're very good makeup artists and therapists. They're building their business up now. Give them a little plug, why not? Beautiful card. A blessing through emotional upheaval. If you're going through emotional upheaval, which I am, which so many people around you me are, who isn't? Yeah, there's people that aren't, I'm sure, that are having a great time. I don't know any of them. Everybody's struggling, but everybody's being strong. Card of strength. Card of strength, another card of strength coming up. There's loads of cards and they all have different meanings. These aren't just bullshit. I've picked these because they're right for whoever's watching this video. An emotional storm is forming and things seem chaotic for a while. It may already be formed. You may be in it. But as the storms subsides, a blessing is revealed. Respect all points of view. Respect each other. Be kind. Have dialogue. Have debates. But don't be rude and don't put people down. And don't take the piss out of people's videos. You might do mine. Be nice. People are trying to start new things. Do new stuff. For we each view the world a little differently. Things are being shaken up for a good reason and all involved will benefit. Lovely. I'll leave it there. I know I've been speaking really quickly. My hair's a mess. My glasses are dodge. But my chest is red from the sun yesterday. 5 a.m. in the morning. If you happen to be up, do a nice meditation. It's the end of a cycle, the full moon. New moon's the beginning. Bring in what you want to bring in for the rest of this ongoing cycle. Do your inner work. Look at what you want to do. Do some journaling. Love you. Over and out.